Hey fellow Star Citizens, Scrapchat here. Today I thought it'd be fun to go over the basics of running a bounty mission. This is an intro level video and I'm not Jonathan Winters or Avenger 1, so if you want to learn the ins and outs of lead pips and lag pips, I suggest you subscribe to their channel. No, this video is for the player who has not run a bounty mission yet and would like some insights into how these missions work, what to expect during the mission, and how to prepare. While I'm highly ranked for bounty missions around Hurston, I'm sure there are things about bounty missions I don't know, so feel free to comment if there's something I have missed. Alright, so what is a bounty mission? In Star Citizen, these missions are, for the most part, missions involving ship-to-ship combat. While the mission may read as apprehend so-and-so, what they really mean is shoot him dead and all of his friends while you're at it. I remember my first couple of bounty missions and I saw it say apprehend and I wasn't sure exactly what I should be doing. Going into my first mission, I was a little confused. As you start running bounties, you'll see your levels increase in Delphi on Mobiglass, from applicant all the way to master tracker. If you look at your bounty hunter missions in Mobiglass, you may see a certification mission. This mission will cost you some amount of credits and will tell you that by completing this mission, you will unlock the next level of bounty hunter mission difficulty. For instance, in this one, I would have to pay 25,000 credits, and I would need to go up against ships of the type that this certification would unlock. In this certification, I'd be expected to destroy an extreme risk target, which is usually a hammerhead. If I do that and complete the certification, I'll begin to see ERT level bounty missions. Each level higher mission is more difficult, but also pays more in credits. A very low risk target, which is usually a single-seater ship like an Aurora MR, only pays 4,000 credits, while an extreme risk target mission consists of a hammerhead and some bodyguard ships like a Hurricane. These will pay 25,000 credits. The secondary mission you should always take when running any sort of combat mission, or really just whenever you're playing Star Citizen for that matter, is called Call to Arms, and is located in the Mercenary section. By taking this mission, you'll receive credits for killing some but not all hostiles. This could add an additional couple thousand credits to a bounty mission if you go after the bodyguards that are flying with the mission target. There are some missions listed in the bounty section that are not ship-to-ship combat and are in fact first-person shooter missions. Basically, they are mercenary missions where, in order to complete the mission, you must terminate a specific person in the bunker. These missions are listed with a question mark in the section that tells you what type of target it is. Typically, they'll be listed as question mark RT. The location of bounties also varies. 2 are considered atmospheric, and a third takes place in an asteroid field. One of the atmospheric bounty missions will take place at a location you can quantum to, while the other will require you to travel anywhere between 100 or more kilometers from the nearest location you can quantum to. When you do arrive at an atmospheric bounty, the hostiles are usually very close to the ground. I found it best to approach them from a similar altitude, flying horizontal to the ground. Attacking from above could lead you to crash into the ground. My usual firing solution is to deal some damage to the bounty with missiles and then go vertical, hoping to bring along everyone with me, so I have a little more maneuvering room. For the mission located in an asteroid field, the best you can do is try to avoid running into an asteroid. I've on occasion reversed my ship right into the back of one, and yeah, that was that. Alright, let's talk a little bit about your ship's guns. Your ship weapons can be configured in one of 2 ways, with and without gimbals. Gimbals are devices that can be installed in the slot where a weapon would normally attach, and then the weapon itself attaches to the gimbal. When you activate your gimbals from your cockpit, the gimbals use your ship's computers to better predict a firing solution on hostiles you've targeted. Basically, you're a better shot with gimbals than without. The downside is that you're required to use a gun one size down from what your ship could normally support. For example, in my Aegis Saber, I have 4 gimbaled size 2 attrition 2s. If they weren't gimbaled, I could have gone with 4 size 3 Panthers. It's really up to you as to whether you use fixed or gimbaled. I'll go over how to use gimbaled weapons in my example bounty mission. When I first take off for a bounty mission, I make sure my HUDs are set up the way I like them to be. In my case, I like the top left to be my ship status so I can monitor my shield strength, upper right HUD to be the target status, lower left HUD to be the power, and lower right to be comms. In my Saber, I rarely get to see the power and comms HUDs. That's sort of okay. Power, I just need to keep a mental note as to where I am, like 100% to shields or 100% to weapons. Comms is only there because if a hostile talks to you during the mission, one of the HUDs may be set to the comms HUD, or comms configuration, which would be a real problem if it's your ship status or target status HUDs. This may have been fixed, but I've been flying with this configuration for a while, just out of habit. Most bounty missions only last a few minutes at most once combat has begun. When it's over, and assuming you came out on top, you may want to start another mission. The problem, though, is that you may have sustained damage, you may have used up all your missiles, or you may be hungry or thirsty. What you can do to take care of this is to fly to the nearest mining station and restock, repair, and refuel. All you have to do is land on a pad, open up your Mobiglass, and click on Vehicle Maintenance Services, and select any of the services you require. While the ground crew is taking care of your ship's needs, you can flip over to the Bounty Hunter missions and pick your next mission. Then flip back to Vehicle Maintenance Services and make sure everything is finished up, which it looks like it did here. Now we can just take off and head on over to the bounty mission we just picked up. Okay, so we're approaching our bounty, and I'm warming up 4 missiles. There we go. As you can see, it tells us how much farther we have to go until we get to the area where the bounty is hanging out. Usually around 12 kilometers, usually you'll see something pop up. There we go. And eventually he's going to turn red, and that'll be our guy. Okay. Oh, it is actually the bounty. The bounty actually has a rectangle around him, so you know that's the one we want to neutralize. And then, of course, I want to target him. I'm going to throw 4 missiles at him. Not to kill him, but maybe neuter him a little bit. And then I'll go vertical and really hit the gas. And here comes some missiles. So you kick out a couple flares. I usually do 3. And then I target the closest hostile as I'm going up. There we go. And he must be really close because he's shooting at me. Oh, geez, there he goes. That is a M50 Interceptor, which, to be honest, you should ignore them until last. I don't know why I'm chasing them. They're really hard to hit, and there's somebody else shooting at me, so I really should be ignoring him and going after the guy who's actually trying to kill me here. But for some reason, I'm chasing after him. Eventually, I'll figure it out. But also, if you notice, I never turn left or right. If I need to change direction, I roll and then pull up. Also, most hostiles will try and do something called jousting, where they fly straight at you, and they'll be shooting, but they'll be flying straight at you. What I do to avoid that is, as I'm flying at them, I'm using my thrusters to push up. So they kind of fly right past me, and I'm still shooting at them. And I also try and keep my Try to keep my speed down to somewhere in the white area. You know, I try not to go above SCM unless go into the red, unless I need to in order to catch up to a target. Okay, so I switched at some point to that. That was the Avenger Titan I just blew up. He was the one that was pegging me. So now we just pick out the next closest hostile, which happens to be a Gladius. So you see I just did the same thing. I rolled and I put him at my 12 o'clock. And also if you push like I'm doing here, they won't be able to get a target. They won't be able to hit you because they're shooting above you. See how he's not actually hitting me? And I'm hitting him. Okay, he doesn't like that. I mean, his shields are down, and I probably took out his guns. Looks like his whole nose is red. Oops, there it goes. Also, you don't see me... Oh, there he goes, he's done. Yeah, you don't see me doing this because you can't see my... See how you can't see my power screen down there. But I'm switching between max power to shields and max power to weapons. If I'm not shooting, I'm max power to shields. Or if I see my shields going down, I'm max power to shields, and I'm probably trying to extend to move away from the engagement to try and let my shields come back up. Oh, he just disappeared. He just fell off our radar, I think. That would have been the M50. So we'll go over here and we'll harass the actual bounty. The bounties usually kind of hang back. They let the bodyguards do all the heavy lifting. And the other problem we have is he's still pretty low to he's probably still like 1 kilometer or 2 above the ground. And I don't want to go down that far if I can avoid it because my altimeter's not working and it's dark. So I really can't tell where the ground is. So I'm just going to throw some missiles at him. See if I can convince him to come join me. Oh, looks like he decided to send some missiles my way. Which is fine. I'm hoping he'll engage. Oh, jeez. I just targeted one of his missiles. Alright, back on him. We'll pepper him with some size 1s, see what that does. Won't kill him again, but it'll should bring him up. Wait, yep, just to some damage. And looks like looks like the M50's back. So we'll go take care of him. Now he's all by himself, so he's not that difficult to deal with. And as you can see, I just roll, put him in my 12, and then push up. So he's coming below me and keep shooting. He can't hit me because he only knows how to fly straight and shoot straight. So again, push up, and he goes right under us, gets more shots in. And he flies back and forth, and I can't keep up with him. There we go. Now we just got to deal with the actual bounty. And he has not engaged yet, so we'll go down and send a few missiles his way. It looks like we only have 3 left. I don't know how I ended up with an odd number of missiles, but whatever. That's okay. Great. Those things actually have a lot of missiles. The Vanguards. Yeah, they're big missile boots. I only have, I think, 12 missiles, and I think I've just used them all. But it looks like he's coming up to join me, which is great. That's what I need him to do. I wasn't going to go down there. So again, I see him coming at me, so I'm pushing. He won't be able to hit me. Or very rarely will he hit me. I just gotta get in close enough. Alright, there we go. And I'm probably right now, I bet you I'm probably putting max weapons on. See, he's barely touching me. As long as you don't fly straight at him, because those guys, they have some pretty serious guns on them. This should be it. There we go. Yep. We were in a turn at that point where, I mean, I could out-turn him anyway, but we were just going in circles and I was able to stay ahead of his ability to shoot me while I was still able to keep firing at him. Okay, so that's what's involved with running a bounty mission. I hope you found this video helpful and have a great day. Scrapjet out.